Welcome back to Rubbing Minds. Now, Detty December, the cultural phenomenon that has come to stay, where we see people in the diaspora coming back to Nigeria to enjoy what the culture scene has to offer, the hospitality, the warmth, the vibrancy, from concerts to festivals to events for different categories of people. There's something for everyone, and it's expensive. I mean, when you think about how much people are spending now, from the accommodation to the transportation, the surges that are happening on the ride-hailing apps, to even the cost to enter the clubs and the lounges where you have to pay so much for a bottle or for bottles to reserve a table. And a lot of people are coming out on social media asking, can we really afford Detty December? Or do we just leave it for the IJGBs, the I just got backs, who have come with their sweet dollars and pounds and different currencies, to discuss the fun, the pressure, and everything that comes with Detty December? I'm now joined on Zoom by a cultural curator in the person of Efe Tommy. Welcome to Rubbing Minds.
Hi, how are you? Nice to connect with you via Zoom. I'm just so sorry. The traffic on the road couldn't make me join you in the studio today.
The roads, I mean, if you saw the traffic this afternoon on Ikorodu Road, you'd be wondering, is today Sunday? Like, what is happening exactly? And I think it just goes back to the point of Detty December and what comes with it. The traffic, the roads are congested. If you want to fly, it's too expensive. Then the clubs are packed, but at the same time, people are complaining. So I don't know, how has Detty December been for you so far? I know we're still like at the beginning part, although some will argue that it started last month at the tail end.
As a content curator and someone involved also in curating experiences for all our guests that are coming into Nigeria from diaspora, and for Nigerians who are looking out to, you know, enjoy and experience things that happen typical Lagos style, it has been really, really hectic, because we are at the back end to ensure that they are the right experiences for people. People are having fun. People are enjoying themselves and getting their money's worth in terms of experiences. So yes, it's going really, really well for me. At the same time, it's quite hectic. But yeah, we've been doing this for over a decade. So yeah, it's really fun, hectic, but we are happy that people are experiencing what is fun, what is experiential, what is elevated, and that's just it. This year, we are planning for the biggest event of the year called the Funky Brunch, which I executively produce. So it's a big comeback for us, because we haven't done it in 4 years now. So yeah, a lot of people in diaspora, a lot of young people, a lot of millennials are looking forward to it. So I'm very, very excited. That has really kept me on my toes.
Well done. It sounds like you have your hands full, and I'm sure a lot of people playing in the hospitality space, people in tourism, they're just smiling to the bank with the numbers, the people coming in from the diaspora. Do you get a sense that there's been a change in pricing, in expectations from last year, or is it just, are things just being exaggerated, that all of a sudden they're paying so much money just to experience what they experienced last year for a fraction of the cost?
Honestly, with the dollar increase and the rise and fall of dollars, of course, things went really high. And typical Nigeria style, when things go high, it really takes time before they come back down. And even though they come back down, they never get back to where it was before. So yes, experiences are more elevated, and that comes also with pricing for things. The drinks that people buy became more more expensive. The tickets to get into shows and concerts became more high. This is also cause of the talents that's coming to Nigeria, the artists that are performing, they're charging so high. And this is as a result of, the level of production, the level of work, and the level of things, promotion, marketing that gets into, bringing that music that we all get to fall in love with to the foresight. For us in curators of experiences, it's also a lot. But at the same time, it's also a great thing because it also gives back into the economy in a very massive way. Take, for instance, something like the Funky Brunch, where we get to hire a huge amount of staffs, young people that work as waiters, as runners, as cleaners. These are people that we pay in, couple thousands of naira, that runs into tens of thousands of naira, and holistically it runs into hundreds of thousands. We hire close to about 500 staffs.
Wow.
That has really dump into our pockets. At the same time, it also is elevating the lifestyle of these people, because then we have paid them for the service that they have rendered. They've also been able to create to provide for themselves and their siblings, which has also brought excitement into their hearts and their homes for Detty December. And I guess to think that this is what the Detty December is all about: the excitement, the joy of giving. The art of living beautifully.
I like how you put it, the art of living beautifully. I'd like to know, have you received any support? If you're going to be creating hundreds of jobs, you're creating employment, you're driving the revenue of the government, you're contributing to the economy. How prepared has this government been? What support have they offered to businesses like yours to be able to accommodate these large numbers of people coming, to provide safety, the infrastructure? Are you happy with the level of preparedness by this government?
We are very, very excited with the government of Lagos, because Detty December, Lagos is where everything is happening. Compared to other cities like London, other cities like America, Lagos, I would say, is really done well when it comes to security. In the industry that I am, we have girls who come out with expensive jewels, expensive handbags, expensive clothing. We have guys who come out, our celebrities wear expensive watches, jewelries, and I have never heard in the last decade of being in the lifestyle and nightlife industry that someone was robbed like the way they announced in London. You know what I mean? So for that alone, I will commend the government on security. Also, yes, we need a lot of support in terms of infrastructure to be able to, create and do a lot more concerts. Infrastructure that will not eat in deep into our banking account, because it runs into tens of millions getting a venue to be able to, host these artists, to be able to host events. So yes, we need events, we need a lot of venues, we need more venues, we need more hands. And also another thing that is very important, that I think that a government should support us with also, is a financial support. We need funding of all of this, because we are, for the Funky Brunch, we are celebrating music, and music for us means a global sound. Global sound means bringing DJs from all around the world to be able to make people experience what a global sound should be like. We spend so much money in terms of building and fabricating things to bring these venues to life, so that what people see on social media, they understand that it's not just one day's work. We spend days setting up these venues to be able to bring this experience to life. So I think, yes, the government is doing so much for us, but we still need a lot more in terms of supports for all of these experiences to come to the forefront. Because lastly, in terms of, putting these experiences to life, I also feel like it is time that we as Africans get to tell our story of the kind of experience that the world should come and see in Nigeria, because Detty December is not just a word, it is a movement. And I know that it's not coming to stop now, because we're here for it, and we're here for all the good things that comes with it.
I'm glad to hear that, in your personal experience, you haven't recorded any issues of theft. But, when it comes to safety, I'm not sure you remember, but last year there was a particular event and the stage just crashed and there were people on it and there were casualties that were recorded. And a few times things like this tends to happen where a venue can't accommodate everyone or certain things haven't been put in place and it leads to the loss of lives. What can this government do to guarantee safety? Do you think Nigerians and the people coming from the diaspora truly feel safe that the government and the infrastructure is up to standard to prevent the loss of life?
Personally, I think that there is so much that has been done, which I'll reiterate back, and there is so much more that can be done. Like, for instance, we take things like health and safety very serious. Hence, we've partnered with the Ministry of Health in Lagos to ensure that for every event that we do this year, they're present there in terms of the safety buses, the first service nurses and doctors that will be around just in case we have casualties. And I think what the states have also done is that they have put a law that every event that you are doing, there's a body that comes to check your event to ensure that everything is in place. There are standards these venues put for you that you must meet in terms, just to ensure that the venue is safe, the stage and light is safe. Yes, we have those casualties, we have those venues, which is very sad. It's a sad thing that you are doing an event and you don't get to put the proper infrastructure in place and everything, which could have led to loss of life, which could have been so disastrous. So I think that with these bodies, with time, we will definitely, as event professionals, continue to preach the gospel of making everything top standard so that things like this can be avoided.
And, with the Funky Brunch, I don't know what pricing is like, but I know that some of these concerts, these festivals, the shows, and the pop-ups, they are expensive. And one wonders if Nigerians, not the people in the diaspora, but the everyday Nigerians, can they really afford it? Or are people now borrowing to fund a lifestyle so they can post on the gram? And that amount of pressure, do you see that coming through where people are just under undue pressure to be at these events, even if they can't afford it? For events like in Nigeria for Detty December, there's quite a number of events, and I like to believe that there's an event for everyone. There's an event for the young people, there's an event for the mid adults, there's an event for the older adults, there's an event for everyone in December. And there's events also, as much as there's event, there's also the events that also matches your budget. And in terms of the increasing pricing of tickets and budget, it really boils down to the level of production. Promoters are going through it. Most times, these artists are too talented, which has even resulted most problem. I don't know if you saw it on Instagram where people were complaining about, artists being too expensive, and we all now have to resort to DJs and hype men to drive a whole party or a whole event. So all of these things are considered into producing an event. The cost of the venue, the level cost of production, sound, audio visual, furniture, decor, everything that even gets down to the cleaners, even gets down to the janitors, the people that clean the toilets, everything is being considered. So I also guess that this is the reason why most ticket pricing for events, gets really high. In terms of if our Nigerians are really open, be able to pay for these or buy these tickets, yes, some of them, yes, some of them, no. And I also believe that's why most of these talents are doing like lots of concerts that are relatively cheap. I believe whiskey is quite fair for buying, and which they have also introduced a buy small and pay later style for ticketing. So I guess that everyone will get to understand, experience it one way or the other. And for those that are not able to experience it one way or the other,
I mean, I don't know how to feel for you, but you know, it's just so
This is the
funny.
pressure we're talking about. You know, some people FOMO, they'll be look on the streets of Instagram and they're like, I'm missing out on this, I'm missing out on this. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
know
but
if you.
everyone can't experience it. Everyone can't experience everything.
Yeah. So we should all know the one that our budgets can carry. And what made you, after 4 years, come back with the Funky Brunch? Was there a demand for it? When I think about brunches, I think like the Dubai brunch. Has something like that, of that magnitude, been done before here in Nigeria? And why this year?
The Funky Punch started as a day party for Nigerians that are, because the Funky Bunch holistically is really where Lagos luxury meets global culture, right? It's more than just a movement. It's a celebration of art. It's a celebration of movies. It's a celebration of fashion. It's a celebration of people, all ages, who come out to celebrate all things Nigerian, all things African, be able to celebrate something that we can be able to showcase to the world. And the last one we did was in 2021. And afterwards, I had a health scare. I had a kidney failure, and by the grace of God, I was able to have a successful surgery last year, which I'm very grateful. And yes, back to your question, it's really about demand. The Funky Band has been able to build a large community of young people between the ages of 23 and 45 that love music, that love the art, that love all things in between of that magnitude. And so coming back this year, it means so much to us. It's very personal. It gives me an opportunity to become more creative, in the sense that bringing more elevated experiences to the lovers of the Funky Brunch, and that's why we're really going all out this year in terms of everything that makes the Funky Brunch what it is today and what people love.
Okay. Can you give us more details? Any special appearances? Why should people come? I mean, 4 years is a long time, and some people will say, oh, a lot can change in 4 years. What can we expect? Bigger, better, upgraded? Yes, fill us in.
Oh, oh my goodness, that is such a big question. Yes, I want people to come to the venue, and I want them to go wow. As much as I want them to go wow, a few things I can say is that we're going to be having a 2-in-1 celebration. One is going to be on the red carpet, which is going to be lasting for a couple hours. There we want people to be able to network, to experience, to be able to meet themselves. Lagos is a very busy space. We get to live in Lagos and sometimes don't even get to see ourselves for 4 years. I can attest to you that there are some people who saw themselves last at the last Funky Brunch and haven't seen themselves yet all to this age. The Funky Brunch also have people who have met themselves and got married and built families.
Oh, wow.
We've also got the Funky Brunch, yeah, where people have met themselves in Lagos at a party and have become friends and built businesses. So for us, the party before the party, which is happening on the red carpet, Met Gala style, if I have to call it that way, is going to help people to network, know where pick up from where they left, and that is going to take us in and experience all of these beautiful brands that have come together with us to be able to bring this experience to life. And in terms of expectation from us to our guests, I guess they will be experiencing what I would like to term an international global sound. Global sound in the sense that we have picked, selected, and some of the best DJs of the continent, from Nigeria to South Africa to the US, to be able to come together and build a beautiful musical experience. All of the elements that are going to make the Funky Brunch this year have been specially curated by love, from the music performances, from the celebrities that will be doing one or two things. Do you really think I want to tell you? The people that come to the
I think you've whet our appetite.
They pretty much know the je ne sais quoi that comes with all of these things. I am very, very sure that they're expecting so much. And then in terms of those that I haven't attended before, oh my God, you are about to experience your life.
Wow. Well, I wish you all the best with the Funky Brunch.
Thank you so much.
Make sure you do rest, because it seems like you've been working very hard, and we hope that the Detty December is phenomenal for you and your team. Thank you so much for joining us, Ife Tommy.
Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to have a wonderful time with you. The date for the Funky Brunch is December 28th, and I'm looking forward to have you there.
Thank you. Right. So thank you very much again, and we're going on a quick break here on Rubbing Minds. Don't go anywhere.
I am ready for you.